Greetings, Evil Bold Genius here with my trusty Oppo Connor. Say hello, Connor. Hello. Today we're talking about positioning. Yesterday was pricing, and today's positioning. Positioning and pricing kind of go hand in hand. It's very difficult to have one without the other, really. I mean, if you are well positioned, you're going to be charging a high price, and if you're charging a high price, it suggests you've got certain positioning. But it comes in five areas really. There are four or five aspects to it. There's authority, there's celebrity, there's personality, believability, and then there's inner game. Now, as I said yesterday, I did events on this. I did 2 days on positioning alone, and then I did a separate day. So I've done 3 days on this, and I've barely scratched the surface. So what I can do with you now in the next 5 or 10 minutes is limited, strictly limited. But I can give you some idea of the process we go through when you kind of work with us. We work mostly on inner game and authority. The others take a lot more time, and by getting the first two right, you often get the rest as a kind of byproduct. So, you know, you want authority, it's really a matter of setting rules for yourself. You can get some of that by writing a book. That's a whole different topic. But if you want authority, it's really a matter of asserting yourself. And asserting yourself often depends on your inner game, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. And what we find is most business owners don't have rules because they are too afraid of losing business. Now, this then goes right back to the first step where we talk about looking at your business as a set of processes as opposed to as individual events. And you realize it doesn't matter if you turn some work away because there's always more work coming along. Most business owners are afraid to do that because they think, oh, if I turn this bit of work away, I'm never going to get any more at all again, ever. A little bit like teenagers and boyfriends and girlfriends, you know, they think if they don't snap up what's available to them, they're not going to get anything else. That's why you get guys going home with ugly words at the end of the night. Well, that's going to offend a lot of people, I know. But hey, I used to be a doorman. I used to say it all the time. So whether it's PC or not isn't the point. The fact is, it happens, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So, if you want to start positioning yourself, I'll give you a quick tip. I don't really give tips. The reason I don't give tips, by the way, very often is they don't do any good because, you know, you see videos and posts on LinkedIn about 5 different ways to write a headline, 17 different ways to discover your inner ice cream and things, but no one actually takes any fucking notice. People are not interested in nibbling around the edges. And this itself is part of my positioning. Okay, I have rules. People are not interested in nibbling around the edges of their problems, so we do the big stuff. And if they're not interested in the big stuff, we don't want to work with them. You know, I'm not interested in incremental increases in your income and business. I'm looking at the big stuff, the great big changes we can make. So if you want to start off with positioning, set yourself a set of rules. Simple things like don't just answer the phone. Have prescribed times when people can phone you if you must pick up the phone without appointment. Otherwise, go for an appointment. Don't be constantly available. Don't meet people without quid pro quo. Meaning either they're paying you to meet you, or you might say, well, okay, if I'm going to come for this meeting or telephone appointment, all the decision makers must be on the call. If they're not on the call, we don't do it. Okay? And further, I expect as if I can answer all your questions and satisfy your curiosity, we will take the next step. Now, that might be a purchase, but it might be the next step in the process. If the decision makers are not on the call or don't attend the meeting, you cancel and you do it again. You have to assert yourself. Those are simple rules. And I mean, I used to have rules about not dealing with certain businesses like people in fucking crystal healing and woo of all kinds, certainly religion. All that shit, I just wouldn't deal with it, and I wouldn't deal with it now. I wouldn't deal with certain businesses today, such as certain kinds of internet marketers and info marketers. We're into bricks and mortar businesses. That is all part of positioning, isn't it? Yeah, it's all part of positioning. So, just very briefly, that's the kind of thing we will look at. We will look at your positioning in your market, how you present yourself to others, and also how you present yourself to yourself. And if you want to go down the route of writing a book, and you really do, don't you? Yeah, definitely. If you want to go down the route of writing a book, we can help you do that too, can't we? We can. Well, I can. You can't because you're a bit thick. But yeah, we can help you write a book as well. Oh, please don't get upset. Please. Please, pretty please. You know I love you really, don't you? It's so fucking sensitive these days. I'm sorry, you're not a bit thick, all right? You're a very clever boy, aren't you? You do a great job. Anyway, it wasn't me, it was them, it was those, honestly. Anyway, so, if you're interested in learning more about positioning or you want to talk to us about the rest of the stuff, you know what to do. link below, hit the website, book a time to talk, and we'll talk to you then, all right? Have we got everything? Yeah, good. Right, we'll see you later. Ta-da.